personally disagree with the entire construct of marriage. I believe that marriage signifies the ownership of women, and I disagree with it as a concept as a whole. I don't like being in relationships. Why would I want to get married? Marriage is work. Having children is work. It's not what I want with my life. Respect the fact that I don't personally want that. At the Jones until I die, bitch. I feel like you shouldn't get married. I really wish women would stop getting married. Marriage is an antiquated idea that I believe oppresses women.
Yes, I am engaged. Yes, I am the same person who made several videos saying that I never had any plans to get married, I did not want to get married, and I did not agree with the institution of marriage. The gag is, I still don't agree with the institution of marriage, but in those videos, I made caveats. Under certain circumstances, like if you plan on having children, if you plan on living together, if you plan on buying property together, those are the situations where marriage does make sense. I don't think you should feel like getting marriage is a milestone that you must make in your life to feel like an accomplished person. I don't think it's an accomplishment. I don't think as women you should feel pressured to get married, because when women are pressured to get married, they end up in bad situations. I am in a good situation, and I cannot tell you all of the details of the situation I'm in, because now the situation I'm in involves another person. So I have to maintain privacy around my relationship, and I will be even more stringent about that going forward. I owe it to my partner, who does not have any kind of presence online at all, to protect our privacy as a couple. I am in a good situation. I'm with someone who is fantastic, and I'm in a good situation. Again, I cannot give you all the details of the situation that I'm in. You just have to take my word for it.
This is one of the reasons why I preach discernment. Y'all get so wrapped up in people with these very strong opinions that you don't realize that what they're saying is usually rooted in insecurity and miseducation. You have to be so discerning when you're dealing with a person that has an extreme opinion or very rigid rules about something they do not have or something they have never experienced. You have to ask yourself, does this person dislike this thing? Is this person against this thing because they genuinely see an issue with it? Or are they trying to make themselves feel better for the fact that they don't have it? Because people will create standards for rooms that they don't even have the key to. People will devalue and degrade something, a thing, a person, an experience, because they feel and sometimes know that it's something they will never have. When a person cannot sit in objectivity or neutrality over something they do not have, you have to truly ask yourself, is it intelligence or is it scarcity? Now, with this particular situation, this woman could very well have just been lying to y'all so that she could have, made her money on social media and get her following and all that kind of stuff. But I really think it speaks to the fact that miserable people will devalue something that they feel they cannot have in order to make themselves feel better for the fact that they don't have it. And those people are dangerous because they're inauthentic, they're disingenuous with themselves. And if they're disingenuous with themselves, they cannot be authentic and genuine with you. Some of y'all have friends like this. Some of y'all have people in y'all circle that are just like this. And you need to start questioning, does this person actually find this thing bad, or are they just upset that they don't have it? Misery loves company. People want you to be just as miserable as they are. And there are people that will lead you astray on purpose. There are people who will very much know that they deep down, especially when it comes to relationships, they know they want a man, a partner, a marriage or something like that. And they will absolutely hype up that antagonistic mindset. And then they'll turn around and get the very thing that they told you was bad. So this is why you have to really think for yourself. First of all, we got to start thinking for ourselves. Like, y'all have got to stop getting on the internet and internalizing everything that people are telling you, because you never know what's going on the other side of that screen. But second, we have to start taking acumen more seriously. We have to prioritize developing our discernment about people. So for those of you who listen to this woman, I hope you learned something today.
Yes, I am engaged. Yes, I am the same person who made several videos saying that I never had any plans to get married, I did not want to get married, and I did not agree with the institution of marriage. The gag is, I still don't agree with the institution of marriage, but in those videos, I made caveats. Under certain circumstances, like if you plan on having children, if you plan on living together, if you plan on buying property together, those are the situations where marriage does make sense. I don't think you should feel like...
You saying you still don't believe in marriage makes it worse, because you're saying that you will partake in things that you do not morally agree with just because it's convenient to you. Do you know what that sounds like? I don't know how many times we are going to find women who make content around decentering men, centering men. She can say that that's not what she is or that's not what she does. She could put as many caveats as she would like, but at the end of the day, she's doing exactly what she preaches against.
I'm not the most eloquent speaker, but I have some thoughts on the fact that MJ Gray being engaged was not only not a surprise, but was extremely predictable. And I'll tell you why. It's because these women, like her, Shira Seven, the Wizard Liz, Queenmaker, these women, if you take their platforms at face value, oh, my hair be crazy. These women at face value are selling you lifestyles that are unattainable. These women are selling their target audience lifestyles that are unattainable. And what I mean by that is they are selling lifestyles that are incredibly lonely. And when you look at every single one of these women that also, by the way, have partners, these women had to make a choice. They sat at a crossroads when their partners found them in their life. They had to also evaluate if at that point in their life they were going to continue down the road of living the lifestyle they preach of, you know, being fulfilled by everything else in their life except for a relationship. So career, friendships, investing in yourself. They had to make a choice between continuing to only invest in their lifestyles and actually choosing to risk opening their heart to somebody. And that should tell you something really important. That should tell you that the avoidant lifestyles that we keep selling single women is unattainable. And I promise you there are great men out there. I was one of these avid followers. I would not be the woman I am today without those women, because those women taught me how to build the foundational blocks to pick and choose what applied to me. And they taught me how to build boundaries that were so ironclad that the only way I would ever be in a relationship was when somebody great came along into my life and showed me what it could be like when somebody openly and authentically loved me and brought nothing but peace into my life and made my life easier and opened my heart to softness. And that is the goal that we as women are supposed to be attaining, not this unattainable lifestyle where somehow we can choose to love everything else in life except for a partner. That's just not human nature. We are people that are social creatures, and when you alienate one of the most important decisions of your life, which is sharing it with a partner, a potential partner, life can become incredibly lonely. And not to say that these women are going into these relationships thinking that it's going to work out forever. Look at her most recent video. She's like, MJ is like, this could end tomorrow. And you know what? That's okay because I'm enjoying it now. And that is what you should take from that. That is incredibly insightful as to all these women that all have partners, that have all built their platforms off of misandry. I think women need to start taking these platforms with a bigger grain of salt and realizing that we can still have beautiful relationships in life with men when we only allow great men into our life. So, food for thought.
So the internet is very upset at this girl. Her name is MJ Gray. She's an influencer. She's known for spending money, doing hauls, etc., and also for hating relationships. She's very anti-relationship. She always has been. And then yesterday she announced that she's getting engaged, or she's engaged to be married, when she is like vehemently opposed marriage and said that it's too much work and doesn't want kids and all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. And I want you, yes, you, to take this as a lesson on a lot of people on here are just liars. They're just liars. They do anything for a check, okay? These influencers spew this message about all this stuff and then they don't believe it themselves. I think I have a very unique perspective on this as someone who has made content in a similar vein before, and that is you have to be very mindful of the people who are viewing your content and the timing of their lives and the situations that they're in. I will make a video about a disgusting secret about somebody that is super relatable to someone who just got their feelings hurt. And therefore, they will take what I say as word is bond. They will take everything as fact in that moment. And other people who are not in those exact kind of situations are seeing what I'm saying and taking it more with a grain of salt on the larger scale. What this girl is doing is directly talking to people saying, this is not how you should do it, and then went against her own words. I think that's very backwards. I don't like it. I don't like how you spread a message and then don't even buy into it yourself. I feel like all the disgusting secrets I've talked about at points in time, or all the things about relationships, are things I truly believe.
Marriage was the act of making women property. I personally disagree with the entire construct of marriage. I have no intention of ever getting married. I relish in the idea of being single. If you are at all on the fence about getting married, you need to not get married. If you marry a rich man, your life will be controlled by him.
Yes, I am engaged. Yes, I am the same person who made several videos saying that I never had any plans to get married. I did not want to get married, and I did not agree with the institution of marriage. I am in a good situation. I'm with someone who is fantastic, and I'm in a good situation.
So to all the women crashing out over MJ Gray's pivot from anti-marriage to becoming engaged, let me help you out. First of all, you're taking this social media shit way too serious, okay? So the next time you open the app with the same mindset that you would when you open up Netflix, okay? When you open up that app, you have all of these different categories of genres. Okay, you have your comedies, your documentaries, your true crime, romance, all these different categories. Well, TikTok is no different. For the most part, it's strictly entertainment, okay? And when you think of it that way, when that perfect couple breaks up, or your favorite creator, you find out they're MAGA, you won't have this visceral, emotional reaction because you don't know these people any damn way. I mean, most of us barely know the people who are in our inner circle. So stop acting like you know these people, putting all this emotional investment. A lot of these people are just up here trying to run up the bag. That's it. So just calm down. It's not that serious. Now, you know, there are creators on here that are sincerely putting out the content that works for you. Follow them. And the other ones, just unfollow. It's not that serious. Calm down. Plus, we have bigger things to worry about. We're in a damn war, and gas is $100 a gallon. All right, love y'all. Bye.
What if MJ Gray really was doing all this stuff just to find a man? Now, like, what if all of her content was really just to get a man to think that he can, I guess, finesse her or win her over, and really and truly that was part of her plan so that she can get a man that is wealthy and that can spoil her? Trying to just rationalize why she sat up there and just lied on the internet about her thinking, her mindset, her beliefs, just to marry a man that has a lot of money. I remember her saying that buying luxury items is very tacky. It's like you're screaming your wealth status to other people. She's in Paris flaunting the shopping sprees, the money, the flowers, the trips. Like, she's doing exactly what she was telling everyone is tacky. I can't help but think that that's truly what she wanted. She really did want a man to spoil on her, to marry her, to love bomb her. I think that that's exactly what she wanted, and that the content she makes was really just content. Like, it was just how she makes her money. She probably found a lane, women was eating it up, and she decided, let me run with that. But really and truly, that's probably not how she really felt. And clearly we can see that because actions always speak louder than words. How you live really shows how you believe and how you really maneuver the world. So I think this was her plan. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, I am engaged. Yes, I am the same person who made several videos saying that I never had any plans to get married. I did not want to get married, and I did not agree with the institution of marriage. Gag is, I still don't agree with the institution of marriage, but
I'm going to start this by saying, be careful who you listen to on the internet, all right? Do not take these influencers as gospel, right? She's not the end-all be-all of feminism. The thing is that human beings change their mind, right? And that's okay, right? We have these strong opinions that we believe at one point and we change those opinions. MJ's problem is that she made her entire brand and personality around a certain opinion that she no longer believes. And she is trying to do like damage control on her persona and her brand. because now that persona and brand is in the water. And I'm sure people will still follow her. I'm sure. But she built her entire platform off of being a single woman who does not believe in getting married and does not really believe that men are worthy of your time other than to use them for their money, right? She preached a lot of that stuff. But then she fell in love, right? She fell in love. She's the exception, apparently. She's not. But now she's destroyed her entire brand. So she's trying to do damage control. But again, I will say, be careful who you listen to on the internet. You can absolutely be a feminist and still believe in love and believe that there are good men, right, that are worthy of your love and affection. Okay, have a good night.
Another one bites the dust. Listen, when I tell y'all, the internet is just undefeated because y'all are bringing up all these clips of MJ Gray denouncing marriage and all these things and got a ring on her finger and is about to get married. And she knew she had to come forward and kind of just like address everything because people were going to be bringing up her past videos where you're saying, don't get married and it's not worth it and all these things. But you have to kind of practice what you preach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, she's saying I made these caveats, but you did, but you didn't, you know. And I think a lot of people, they'll come on here as some guru and a person that knows it all and all these things and get all the answers. And they're no different from the next bitch. They're just not. They're not. And she is right. You have to use discernment. You have to. But so many people get swept up in these words and these things, and they really believe that they're fighting the good fight. And girl, she's on the phone talking to her homegirls, just the same way that you and I talk on the phone to our homegirls about the things that we want. They're literally no different. It is diabolical to build a platform like that, though, and then be like, I'm engaged, like. So they're gonna be on your ass. They're gonna be on your ass. And you better hope and pray that y'all don't break up, because they're going to be there with the shiny red nose and the clown shoes and tell you, I told you so. Obviously, no hate to her, because I definitely feel like, you know, it's probably a grift. Anyways, and there's so many grifters on here, but yeah, another one bites the fucking dust.
First of all, I don't see any reason why you guys are dragging this lady. It's very obvious that all the things she's been telling you guys was a big lie, a fat lie. See, anybody that come out here to tell you they hate this, they hate that, they don't want this, those people are secretly craving for that particular thing they tell you they don't want. She was out there building a platform, making money, making money, lying to you guys that she does not need a man, this and that. And now she's engaged. I watched other of her video where she was saying something about fashion. She don't like this, she don't like that. Look at her. She's doing a fashion tour. She's buying expensive things. Like, you people need to understand that if somebody come out to tell you stuff, like if that particular person is consistently saying stuff about the opposite sex, one is either they are heartbroken, somebody, the fellow gender broke their hearts and now they are trying to get back on their feet. Two is either they are craving for attention, they are craving for partner, so they will keep coming online trying to deceive you not to get married because they don't want you to get married before them. Three, she checked the internet, she sees that it's bashing on men. That is what is trendy right now, so she hop on that trend and you people are there clapping, watching, you know, having fun with her. She's using you guys to build a platform. Now she's a very big TikTok. Why? Because she's against men. I don't know why women are so in love with other women that always bash on men. We need each other, whether you like it or not. We need each other. She have left you guys. She's out of the chat. She's getting married if she's not already married. So truce. It's not everything you see online that you will believe. This is a lesson that it's not everything you see online. Don't believe, even me, don't believe me. Don't believe everything you see online. Don't. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all in my next video. And please don't forget to like and also leave your comments. Please subscribe. I love you guys. Mwah.